Wow, did that actually work first time? I really need to get more professional at starting these streams. I always seem so surprised when it worked, as long as it did work. Can you hear me okay? I assume you can. The volume thingy's going. I'm so much better when I can edit my videos and just be in a Premiere rather than live streaming. Oh my goodness. So some people can hear me, and Mark the sarcastic law student, you can't. Loud and clear. I don't know, Mark, maybe refresh it. um, I also apologise. Bean has just decided that she's just going to have a mad half an hour. So lights may go and you may see a dark shadow go behind me. It's not a ghost, it's a cat that is absolutely outraged with me because I gaffer taped down her automatic feeder so she can't reach in like a vending machine and help herself to second breakfast. As if proving my point, she's just jumped right behind the camera. Put a bauble in your beard. I'm gonna have to get Mr. DSE to get one off the Christmas tree and see if I can hang it on this 5 o'clock shadow I've got going on. How is everybody doing anyway? How this just feels so strange that I'm gone live rather than just talking to you on a Premiere. But yeah, I thought we would hang out instead of me just missing a week because, as usual, my research is taking me ages because it is just so interesting what I've been finding out, and it's all sort of Christmassy. So hopefully next week's will be worth the wait. I should probably start reading this chat. Actually, I've just been kind of white noising while talking at you. Oh my gosh, there's so many people in already. Severe pain, but otherwise great. I hope you're doing okay. Who was that? Oh God, it's going so quickly. Oscar. I think that was you. Yes. Love your glasses. Thank you. Believe it or not, I do actually have to wear my glasses whenever I look at the computer. It's only when I'm recording that I can get away with not wearing them. Who else have we got in? Donna, Leanne, Jay, Roger, and my chat's just jumped to the bottom. Essence of Wendigo, Shazzy Cushing, The Ferret Lives, Bookie, Meerkat. Where is the handsome man? The handsome man has decided he's now obsessed with playing Witcher again for, what is this, Mr. DSE? Like the 4th, 5th time you've gone your playthrough, so he's upstairs. Can we see some of your tattoos? Don't. I guess. I mean, this one's the newest one that I've all had done. I suppose this is the tattoo reveal as well. You haven't probably seen it, but I had my last appointment on the actual sleeve about 2 weeks ago. So we've got a little rabbit here, if you can see it, and then we've got a butterfly, a little mouse hiding up here, and then a big old fox on this side. I think I've just scared Bean by moving my arm around. There you go, dark shadow. So yeah, that's my newest tattoo that I'm currently obsessed with, and I'm back in January to have my hand done because I don't do things by halves. So that's exciting. Jeff, love the hat. Thank you very much. I think me and Beardo must have shopped at the same shop at some point because I saw it and didn't have time to get changed. So we're just coordinating now, Beardo, with the same hat. Ladies Fright, cute. Hey, Ladies Fright. Tracy Daniels, can't remember if I've said hello to you or not. Oh my God, that tattoo. Isn't it the coolest? I absolutely adore it. Stephen Jackson, hope you have a good Christmas. Thank you. You too. I like your Christmas. Thank you, Carl. Yeah, I thought I might as well come down here and maneuver everything in my living room so you can have some sort of Christmas. I have not gone as all out as Beardo. That wouldn't look out of place in a garden centre Santa's grotto, but well done, lad. I may have missed it, but what is next week's story about? I will play my cards a little bit close to my chest as my Scaredy Cat Club members are the ones that find out first who, like, what story I'm saying next. But it is going to be a Christmassy one, and that is all I will say for now. First time here, blame Beardo. I've just subscribed as well. Beardo convinced me to. I'm very sorry to hear that, and thank you for joining. Thank you, Mark. Dragon Ranger afternoon. Stephen, I can see the cat. Yeah, I honestly think she is absolutely outraged with me. She is now currently I don't know, doing something in the kitchen. Yeah. She's got some weirdness going on. Mark the sarcastic law student with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much. Where am I at? I really do think that 2026's goal is going to have to be to figure out some better streaming software, because this is, yeah, I'm over this now. How the chat keeps on jumping down to the bottom. Chris, is the Hauntings of Nakatomi Tower. You can't get much more Christmassy than that. Yeah, I will claim my stake now. Stake my claim. That's what I was going to say. Die Hard is a Christmas film. Come for me. I don't care, but Die Hard is a Christmas film. Aloha from the Big Island. Hey, Carrie. I'm here today to make people green. Thank you, Mark. She is an angry void cat. Yeah, I don't know why, though. I mean, I've just explained why, but it's a bit dramatic, surely. You will probably be hearing a lot of noise because now she's playing with something on the cat tree. Yeah. The entire week I've been thinking about Churchill grumpily looking at the maid who asked him to stop smoking. I just think that is such an iconic thing of just the way that I was imagining it. If anybody doesn't know, it was one of the stories in the Queen Mary. In the Winston Churchill suite, a maid walked into the room and saw a guy smoking. Obviously, you can't be smoking there, so she told him, like, you need to put out the cigar. You can't do that in here. He just looked at her, stood up, and then just took another puff of his cigar before just dematerializing. And it was when he started to dematerialize and looked a bit transparent, she saw through him to see that his portrait was on the wall and it was supposedly Winston Churchill, which is just, yeah, if you're going to be a ghost, like, who are you, human, to tell me what to do? Robert, hello from Virginia, USA. Claire, thank you for the Christmas live stream. Yeah, I mean, I just realized that when I was going to go live, it was the 9th of December, which I feel is more than, like, it's fine to do a Christmas stream at this point now. We're well into December. Has everyone been keeping up with their advent calendars, by the way? We've been doing quite well here. Cats are over the top dramatic. Yes, 100%. Lucy is the worst for it because he does love coming onto the bed at night for a little bit of a cuddle. Like, he'll come and sit on your chest and he's like all purring and everything's cute. Sometimes he will curl up in between your legs, but if you dare move, he will get in such a huff that he will jump off the bed and that will be it for about 10 minutes. And then he will come back and jump onto the bed and curl back up. It's like, dude, we both know what's going to go here. Like, come on, it's fine. I've had my cat meowing for the past 3 days. She's in heat and can't get her done until the season stops. Yeah, that is, I can imagine, 100% worse than Bean's little tantrum right now. 100% Die Hard is and always has been a Christmas film. Exactly. And I will die on that hill. Hi, Claire. Do you ever visit the sites of the stories that you talk about? I do, if I can, which admittedly hasn't been as much this year. We've been just so busy with one thing and another. But that is something that I want to do more of next year, because I find that I love what I do and I love finding as much as I can online and in newspaper archives and things like that. I also have a load of books that I can look through, and a lot of them are older books where the information isn't online anymore. So there's that as well. But then there are the stories from people who either actually live there or work there that just have their own experiences, and you get such a richer image of that place, and you can tell the story so much better, or at least that's how I see it anyway. So yeah, I did it with obviously the Galleries of Justice, the National Justice Museum. That's the one, and places like that are in Nottingham, so they're not a million miles for me to get to, kind of thing. But I will actually, well, we will, me and Eulogy Media, we will be doing more on location videos next year as well. We've started to talk about the first one, which is incredibly exciting, and we've already got a few plans in place for that one. So there will be some more of that exciting seeing me out of the Batcave, which should be good. Where am I? Dead Cold. Hello, sir. Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. DSC, and hello to all you good folks in the chat. How you doing, mate? Dawn Ork, I can also say my mom is in. Hello, mom and dad. Are you on cheese and biscuits tonight? Is that what's on the menu? Pets deserve to be a bit spoiled. They do, and as are also spoiled. Lorianne, how you doing? Does he do the classic cat move of smacking your feet while you're sleeping? Lucy is awful for it and will get his claws out. So you'd better hope that your feet aren't hanging over the bed. Maybe there is something in the air then if other people's animals are going just as wild as ours. Where have I come to? Oh, Mr. DSC answering people. Yes, he's been known to pick a fight with a random foot, definitely. Looking forward to the on-location videos. The one about Epping Forest was stellar. Yes, and that is definitely something that I've missed out on doing this year. I really wanted to get to at least one place, but I blinked and it's December. So hopefully I can be a bit more organised next year. My brother once told me that he saw the ghost ship of the Isle of Wight. That's very cool. I hope everyone has slapped the like button for my good chums, Mr. and Mrs. DSE. I can't talk tonight. That's fun. So now we know 9 p.m. is the cutoff for Claire to be thinking. Are you a Doctor Who fan? Yes, I have watched a few of the older episodes. I started watching it when it first got rebooted with Christopher Eccleston. Loved him as a Doctor. And then David Tennant, he was absolutely brilliant. I did watch a lot with Matt Smith, I think I did. But then I completely fell off with it, and that has been the end of it, to be fair. But yeah, I did enjoy what I'd already seen. Hello all. Doing 3 things at once, but at least one of them is dropping in on the live. Yeah, good to see you. I feel like I'm doing 3 things at once, and it's only reading the chat, which is really concerning. This year has gone way too fast. It really has. My son has brought an Akita, just waiting to have him or her when they're ready. Oh, wow. Aren't they a handful, even when they're puppies? But that should be fun anyway. Will you do a video on La Llorona? I can do, yeah. That's something I haven't thought about that much, actually, is like doing more sort of like urban legendy kind of things. Yeah, definitely could. By the way, Ernie is here. You can probably see him kind of moving about a little bit, but I did bribe him with treats, but now he has just gone flat out asleep. So whether you'll actually see his face or not, that is another thing. Oh, hello. Sorry, I disturbed you. That I do apologise. Matt says, "Hi Claire, happy Christmas, and a massive thank you for the whole year of brilliant, spooky, scary mistress stories. I've been inspired with a big trip to Bodmin Jail next year." Oh, that is cool. I am going to Bodmin Jail very soon, and I'm so excited about it. So, yeah, that should be good. I've heard a lot of good things about that one. Yeah, one of my dogs is doing some weirdness, but then again, I adopted him 3 weeks ago, so he's still settling in. Yeah, that I think he can be forgiven for that one. Where am I? I'm old enough to remember William Hartnell as Doctor Who. Peter Capaldi's was probably the best of out of the lot. That's interesting because I do like Peter Capaldi as an actor. Um, so I definitely do need to give it a watch. But then again, I have so many things that are on my watch list. I've literally only just got round to watching the Ed Gein monster thing. Like if you have me on Facebook and Instagram, you probably saw that it was my Christmas viewing. I have about an hour left of the last episode so far of the Stranger Things new season, and then people have been going on about that P Diddy documentary that 50 Cent produced, and it's on Netflix. I'm kind of interested in that because, it's the things that people are saying about it. Claire is the Christmas angel. I feel more like the Christmas goblin right now with the. Coming off the tail end of this cold, which feels like my voice is getting worse as I'm going through this. So bear with me. A little off topic, but are you or Mr. DSC football or sports fans? I'm just curious. Not really football. We were never really a football household growing up. Although we have really gotten into ice hockey recently. I mean, recently, like last year. So yeah, that's probably about as sporty as we get, though. To be fair. John Pertwee, Tom Baker, Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant are terrific doctors. Tom Baker definitely one of the best, along with David. Yeah, I feel like Tom Baker might be my parents' favourite. I might be wrong though. They'll probably correct me anyway. I fell off Doctor Who during Peter Capaldi, but I keep rewatching the Christmas episodes. The Christmas episodes were good. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of Christmas specials that TV shows do nowadays that is prime Christmas viewing when you have to get the Christmas specials out. What have we got left to watch? Me and Mr. DSC, we tend to try and watch as many Christmas movies in the lead up to it because otherwise you get to Christmas and you haven't watched any, and that's not how you do Christmas. But I feel like our next one is going to have to be the Gavin and Stacey. We'll do a Gavin and Stacey marathon because those Christmas specials, they're, special place in my heart. I thought Ernie was a fluffy cushion. I mean, he very well could be, to be fair. Although the poor little soldier has still got something wrong with his skin, and so he is a very greasy cushion to be sitting next to right now. Bless him. Galleries of Justice is haunted, so love to know the history on this place. Yeah, that was a really early video that I did. So early that I will never watch it back because it's too cringe for me to watch things back from that far ago. I found you back in September and I've been binging your content and watching your premieres ever since. I do appreciate it, Crew Kid, and I do see you in the comments and things. I do say this quite a lot, but it probably bears repeating in that I'm really sorry that I'm so terrible with replying to comments and stuff. I do try, but I do read every single one of them, even if I don't respond. I am trying to get better at it though, so maybe that can be a New Year's resolution for me. Oh, you're going to love Bodmin. Make sure you do the whole daytime attraction. It's epic. Yeah, we're going to have a bit of time down that way. So I'm hoping that we're going to spend a good amount of time at Bodmin. That should be good. My new puppy is also called Ernie. Oh, Ernie's just a good puppy name, right? David Tennant, the best Doctor Who by far. I like the consistency in your videos. You started strong and kept improving. Thank you. Yeah, I always had a vision in mind for what I wanted my videos to be. And I mean, we're what now? Over 2 years in, and yeah, I'm still just as keen on what we're doing. I like the way that we do it in that I get to learn about somewhere new every single week. So I can hyperfixate on one thing and learn everything that there is to learn about it, and then produce the video, and then I can learn about something else. So it's always so interesting, and there's always like different details and things for me to learn. So yeah, and then I get to share it with you guys, and you can all get interested as well. You are correct, Claire. Tom Baker is our favourite. I thought it was. Hello, Claire P and C. We're both okay. Thank you. I hope you're well too. I hope you're well. I haven't seen you in my comments for a while. John Pertwee will always be Wurzel Gummidge to me. Tom Baker seems to be the one people remember from their childhood. I feel like Tom Baker sticks out to me because we used to watch Fort Boyard, if anyone remembers that, where they were on that. Was it like a fort in like off the coast of France, and they had to do the game show and everything? And obviously, Tom Baker played the captain, who was like up in the tower, and they'd have to solve the riddle. And I feel like just from that, like that's Tom Baker to me. Ernie oil coming to a store near you. Yeah, it is. It's pretty viscous right now. Hello, Bean. Can I be of assistance at all? I'm not busy. No, not at all. Where would you say is the most haunted place that you've researched about? Ooh. I will say the one that took me by surprise and the one that makes me think that there must be quite a lot going on there is Disneyland in California. I just had absolutely no idea that there were so many ghosts. I knew that there were like ghost stories and things, but the sheer volume of people that have experienced something, and even ones that want to stay anonymous and all of that sort of stuff, which makes me think that okay, maybe Disney does have some sort of part in it if it's like a marketing-y kind of thing or whatever. But there just seems to be a lot, like too much to be all made up. Does that make sense? Mark the sarcastic law student. Wait till you get 100k next year. The comments will be impossible to get through. Yeah. Mr. DSC does help me with going through the comments as well now. Lee Grant. I'm writing out my Christmas cards while watching this. Mum, shut your ears. I've obviously already done it, but I do need to write all of my Christmas cards as well. Definitely super organized. I'm hoping to go to Parameets next year. They're running a bunch of Parameets, I think. Because they're going all over the country, aren't they? Yeah, but Parameet, if anyone's never heard of Parameet, it's like a paranormal convention thing where a bunch of people, obviously with an interest in the paranormal, we all get together. They have loads of speakers and stalls and everything, and it's always a good laugh. We tend to go to the one in Hinckley at Sketchley Grange Hotel. I am actually speaking at that one next year as well, which is very exciting. But yeah, we always have a fabulous weekend at Parameet. You are fantastic. I so enjoy the history. Thank you. I really wasn't quite sure how everyone was feeling about the history after the Queen Mary one. That one didn't seem to do as well as I thought it was going to do. So I wasn't quite sure if I just needed to stick to the ghosts. But no, I appreciate that. That's good to know. You'll need a staff. Yeah, possibly. Cat alert. She's been. Oh, hello. Have you calmed down now, darling? Or you want to be in the limelight? Can you even see her? No, you can't. It's just black on black. My local cathedral is supposed to be haunted. Oh, which one is that, Stephen? Oh my god, this chat. I don't even know what's a better software to use. I'm just using the native one at the minute. But everyone always has like those fancy countdowns and things, and then I just am there floundering for a second, wondering if I'm actually live or whether something's gone horrendously wrong, which tends to be the way. If you're going down Bodmin Way, are you going to Jamaica Inn? I am indeed. Yes, very excited about that. I haven't finished making my Christmas cards yet. Oh, you are so creative. I wish I had the time to do that. That would be incredible. I did used to when I was probably I don't even know how old I was, like maybe like 8 years old. I had a little card making business, and I would make these cards, and I had loads of different craft supplies and things like that. And my mum would take them into her nursery and like put them out so the parents would buy them. I had a right little business going on, and then for some reason I stopped. I think I spent all my money on sweets or something and couldn't buy any more supplies, which sounds about right for me. My favorite haunted stories were about Elvis, Marilyn Monroe, and the air museums. Yes, I have a lot of different RAF bases and air museums that I want to cover, um, because I do love a World War II ghost story. Oh, hello, Spaghetti. How you doing, man? Um, have I done it? Oh, your cat is so cute. She tries to be, especially when it's around dinner time. James Ross, I enjoy watching your videos. Thank you very much. I've just seen there are a pair of eyes behind you. Yeah, that's. I mean, you can probably see more than me. Don't look at me like I'm the one disturbing you. That's not how this works. You little freeloader. I would love to speak at Paramie, maybe about the Hexham Heads or Charles Fort. If you get in touch with Neil Packer, I don't know if he's still got the Hinkley Antiques and Haunted Research Centre. That's what it's called. But he's the one that organises Paramie, and yeah, get in touch with him and see how it goes, because yeah, that's pretty much what I did. We are blessed to have an audience with Bean. I don't know what I've done to deserve it, to be honest, Mr. DSE. I love the Queen Mary history. That is good to know. I adored it. I thought it was so interesting. My daughter got me into your videos. We watched them together. She's learnt so much history from watching your videos. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I was about to read one and then it just disappeared. I made mention of having a strange experience on the Queen Mary back in the early 90s. Both my wife and I heard someone walking down the hallway whistling. Funny thing, what? Walking down the hallway whistling. Funny thing was, we heard footsteps. Yeah, I remember you saying about that, but the corridor outside where you were was all carpeted, so you shouldn't have heard the footsteps, which is very interesting. Possibly from her sort of like grey ghost World War II era, because they took out, or what was it, like 6 miles of carpet when they were refitting her as a troop ship. I really like the format of your last videos. So good to get a comprehensive history and then the ghost stories afterwards. That's it. Like I did think, oh, maybe I should just lump it all in together, make it a big video, which would be like an hour long anyway. But then I would still end up having to cut things out, and it just wouldn't have been quite right. And I am the worst at editing myself when it comes to my scripts. So I just thought, you know what, yeah, I'm just gonna make 2 videos. We can just see the cat's eyes, then they disappear like the Cheshire Cat. It's like a little shadow elemental just behind you. Well, hopefully you can protect me from any elementals. Hello, Claire and Mr. DSC. Good to see you. Hey, Jamie Watson. Just writing up letters of correspondence and importance while listening to you. That sounds very official. I don't know how you could be doing anything that requires that sort of thought at 9:30 at night. I have so mentally checked out. We'll watch the rest of this tomorrow. Love you all. Love you too, Tracy. Good to see you. Have you looked into Braunston Hall, Winstanley House? Funny you should say that. I think Mr. DSC wouldn't mind me telling you. We used to live in Braunston for a time, and back when me and Mr. DSC were courting all those years ago, we used to walk around Braunston Park up until the early hours of the morning, just talking and hanging out. And back then, Winstanley House was obviously, it was an abandoned ruin. It was just all boarded up and everything. But obviously I was still weird and interested in the ghosts and everything. And I knew about the the horse and carriage that used to drive through like the gardeny glade bit next to the stables. And that would drive past in like midnight and things like that. So we'd always stay until that time so we could see if we could see it and everything. So it's Winstanley House is actually like a kind of a special place for us. And so as a wedding present back in 2023, Mr. DSE actually booked us a night there in the bridal suite, which if you look at the house from front on, there's like 3 windows right up on the top, and that's the entire bridal suite over the whole floor of the house, and it's incredible in there. There's like a bath in the master bedroom and everything. It's incredible. That time we were totally scared, thinking that we were going to see a ghost. We didn't. So we went a few weeks ago because we're trying to do something each year to sort of like celebrate us going self-employed and things, and that was kind of like the thing that we wanted to carry on doing. So we went a few weeks ago and we were watching Ghosts, the BBC TV show, and we drank a lot of champagne and we ate pizza and felt really sick and then went to bed. So we didn't see a ghost that time either. But maybe I should do some sort of like small thing for Winstanley House because, yeah, I really do love it. And now that it's a really posh hotel, that's very cool too. Funny, I used to make my own cards and sell them myself. Yeah, it was a great little business. Almost done with work. Don't tell the boss. I won't tell the boss if you don't, Graves. Hey, Armada. I think I've read that right. Everyone's like, if your name's like one word, I've got no hope. Going to Jamaica in January. I hope you have a good time. Wish I could find more paranormal DVDs. I feel like, which is the one that we've been getting a lot from? It's one on the high street, the red one, CEX. We've been finding a lot of DVDs there. Only making them for family. They're all getting shadow box cards this year as I got a crafted tool to help make them. That is very cool. I love that thought that went into that as well. Like that's such a nice thing to do. Your cup, not an alcoholic at all. It's just a Copperberg branded cup. Funny thing was, I just read funny thing was. Oh my goodness, where was that? Yep, completely lost that. Whoever said funny thing was, put the message back in because I've lost it again. You should do a video on some zoos in the UK that are apparently haunted. As Blackpool Zoo, sorry, I got a hair in my mouth, was built on an old airbase, and I'm sure a ghost has been spotted. Ooh, I think I have heard that Blackpool Zoo's haunted actually. I mean, all of Blackpool's haunted though, really. There's so many ghosts there. Claire would be a great history teacher depending on how she feels about kids. To be fair, I could probably do a day, but then I get to send them back at home. That's perfect for me. I could do that. The London Underground is very haunted. Definitely finding that out with all of the stories that are coming through. And as well as like the research that I've been doing, the people that are commenting their own stories as well. Yeah, it's just absolutely wild. Can you do a video on the Hellfire Caves? That is actually on the list, yeah. Don't knock yourself. I'm enjoying your live. You're doing great. Even my dog's watching, but that might just be because of your cat. Yeah. Although she's not a moving target anymore, so there's that. Cats own the house, you just live there. Definitely. Thank you very much, Jamie Watson. Hit that like, share the love. Thank you. I love all the spooky backstories. I feel like that's half the thing as well. And half of the reason that I started this channel in the first place was that knowing the history behind why these places are haunted, that it just helps give you some context. And I find it makes the stories even creepier instead of hearing, oh, there's an old house and a white lady haunts there. It's like, oh, there's an old house and a white lady has been seen, but there was also this bride who died of a broken heart and we can trace her back and it was this woman and all of this sort of stuff. I feel like that helps tie it into being real people, and just that emotional connection I feel like is so powerful, which is, yeah, why I started doing this in the first place. I like the Queen Mary stuff where you noted, but there was no other reference to this person. Yeah, I found that, and that was really disappointing. There was another one that, admittedly, I just completely ran out of time to really dig into it, but there was supposedly a psychic who said on the day that she like first started on her maiden voyage that she would see the most fame like once she never sailed again, or something to that effect. And they said the name of this woman and that she was a renowned psychic. Obviously, this would have been back 1936, was it? Or in the 1930s? I thought it was you. It's the back of my hat. I thought Bean was trying to tackle my bauble. Anyway, yeah, I couldn't find any reference to this woman being a renowned psychic other than in connection with the Queen Mary. But yeah, that author that supposedly died of natural causes, but wasn't on the list that the Queen Mary themselves they have of passenger deaths. So yeah, and that's the thing. Like I enjoy doing the history behind them, but the history also has to make sense and has to actually connect up. Otherwise, yeah, it does just make you think, well, was this a little bit of a story? When do you normally put your Christmas decor up? As I've still got mine to do. Admittedly, we did ours quite early this year. I think we had a weekend free at the end of November, and we're super busy in December. So we're like, right, let's just get Christmas up now. Have a bit of a mulled wine, have a little bit of a Christmas movie, stick the tree up. I was ridiculously ill with the cold, so the tree went up in stages over about 4 days, but we eventually got there. Dover Castle is haunted. Yes, I think Dover is on my list as well. Hello, you okay? You just woken up. Do you know what year it is, babe? It's okay. I know. I'm sorry. I'm being so loud, aren't I? I really like the London Underground stories. I think I will do another London Underground soon. I had so many people asking for. This is great. I can't even remember. Was it the Bakerloo line? I think, or one of them anyway. And yeah, there's so much more I could say there. I wonder if there is a non-haunted castle. I feel like that would be in the minority, Mr. DSE. Maybe we need to look into that as well. Find a ghost. My dad told me about Highgate Cemetery. Yeah, Highgate was a strange one. With the whole vampire drama, which I grew up thinking, oh, there was a vampire there. It must have just been like an urban legend, but there was a vampire there to some extent. Not that it was this whole sort of newspaper thing. That took me by surprise. I didn't know that. I enjoyed the Queen Mary story, was interested with the amount of ghost stories in the ship. Just tells you there is something in the spiritual world. Yeah, I do feel that that there's got to be something going on with the Queen Mary for her to have so many stories. I understand that they all sort of like came about after Disney sort of got involved and tried to make a go of like ghost tours and things like that. But even so, I don't feel like all of it can be confirmation bias, if that makes sense. Doncaster Air Museum is supposed to be haunted, but Most Haunted ruined it. Oh, okay. Love to hear you do a video lore story on the origins of Krampus. That might be a good Christmas special episode, actually. Lincolnshire is full of haunted entities. Yeah, we went to East Kirkby. When did we go for their like bonfire thing? And they did night taxi runs with Just Jane and everything. And as we were driving home, I just kept on looking over at Mr. DSC, being like, "Oh, there's no base. I've heard a ghost story there. There's a ghost story there." Just as long as the whole way back home, there were so many air bases that I know for being haunted. Well, thank you, Claire, and sending you love and positivity this Christmas time, and the same to you. I'd love to go to the abandoned stations. They look so creepy. They definitely do. They've definitely got a vibe as well. I liked your Mary story. Thank you very much. Number 10 is haunted by intelligence of Christmas past. Claire, have you thought about doing a show on the room story in Whitehaven, Cumbria, as posed haunted? Wow, I made such a mess of that. Um, I don't think I've heard that one actually. Um, that is the supportive partner. Oh, Mr. DSC is great. Have you visited the Hellfire Caves? I've never visited, no, but I do have plans to do that. It's a beautiful house. Oh, am I just catching up to the Winstanley thing? Oh, never mind. The chat's jumped me back down again. um, there the static was again. Oh, don't say that the static's come back again. Another thing I need to sort out next year is making sure that this works properly. I'm not technologically minded at all, so this is just and hence the fact every time I go live, I just get the fear before I press live that it's not going to work and I'm not going to know what to do and it's all going to go wrong and there's going to be sirens in the distance, which yeah, has not happened yet, I don't think. Um, have you ever looked into ghost stories along the canal at Braunston, or would you? I've never heard of any along the canal. If you know of any, that would be very cool. Um, any other actors slash singers ghosts coming up? I don't think I actually do. So if you have any requests for actors slash singers, let me know and I will add it to the list. I've seen a lot of suggestions and things like that. I can't see the chat very well after this live stream. So if you comment it below, I'll be able to like gather them all up and make sure that they're already on my list if they're not already. So that I make sure that I don't miss any. But yeah. Um, oh, there you go. Mr. DSC is doing his moderator job. Email Claire. I really hope they get her flying again. We need more airworthy lungs. Yeah, definitely. And just seeing her with all her Merlin engines going and taxiing along the runway, or the airstrip that they've got, was just so cool. And yeah, it would be amazing if they can do it. I think they're on like a 12-year plan or something, if I'm not mistaken, on like getting her airworthy. That'd be very cool to see. I collect all sorts of fringe books, paranormal, ghost, occult, ufology, conspiracy. I have lots of banned conspiracy books. If you collect the right books, especially banned books, they go up in price. I am not surprised. There's been quite a few books that I've tried to get my hands on that are decades out of print, and that's really fun. Alex Elliott, have subs. Thank you very much. Do you go on haunting investigations? Not very often. I don't class myself as a paranormal investigator just because it's not really something that I do a lot of. In fact, the first paranormal investigation I ever went on was when I collaborated with Ghosts on Trent in April of last year, when we went to Dudley Castle. I feel like I'm very much of the mind in that obviously you are increasing your chances of stumbling across something paranormal when you're putting yourself in those sorts of places and in that sort of investigative mindset. But on the other side of it, I feel like so many ghost encounters happen when you're just going about your daily business and it's broad daylight, and half the time you don't even know that you've just had an encounter with a ghost. And to me, I find that so much more interesting when you're going on paranormal investigations and things. You're almost, I mean, you're primed to see a ghost. So any sort of like creak or tap or noise or anything, a lot of the time you just think, oh, it's a ghost, or maybe no, it's not, and then you start debunking and things like that. But even so, I still enjoy watching my friends go on paranormal investigations, the Ouija Brothers and Ghosts on Trent and that sort of ilk that put out their content. So yeah. Um, Jamie Watson says, Mr. DSE, yeah, and that is why I mentioned it, because it's amazing the amount of factual things. I love it, and that's why I follow you. Thank you very much. Yeah, Dover is. Yeah, I was based there for a bit when I was in the UK forces in the Paras. Oh, okay. So have you had any experiences yourself? That'd be interesting to know. Claire is segging the chat. I have no idea what that means. Sorry. Just an observation of mine, but why is it that all the supposed really haunted places have to have history behind them, if you know what I mean? It's not that they have to have history. I just enjoy connecting the dots, I guess, as to why a place might be haunted. But I mean, there's places that I've come across, or like people have told me stories where they live in new builds and they have really weird things going on. So yeah, I really don't think that the paranormalness just happens to old places. I think it is a lot more about like energy and what has happened in a particular location kind of thing. Um, Mark Renshaw, thank you for the £2. Wish it was more blame the Chancellor of the Exchequer. Yeah, but thank you very much. Just a thought, you should convert your YouTube channel to a podcast, get those extra views, listens. Yeah, it is already on Spotify and iTunes, and I think pretty much anywhere else you can get podcasts from. The only place that it's not is on YouTube podcasts, which I learned recently was a different thing. I don't know why. I just thought if you put it on YouTube, then that's what it is. But apparently, YouTube have a podcast section. I don't know. Donny AC Museum is definitely haunted. Been there several times. Seriously spooky feel to the place. It's okay. You're still only one or two segs behind the chat. Oh dear. Does Seg do this as well? I just have a lot to say, and I want to respond to as many people as I can. Do you recommend any particular books for research? Ooh, now, yeah, there are. So if I tell you a little bit about my process and go into a really long-winded answer and get really behind with the chat again, the place that I normally start with my research is I go onto Google Books, because if you go onto Google and then go onto their books section, and then you type in the place that you want to research, you can see what books it appears in. And 9 times out of 10, at least now, I do have quite a lot of the books. So a lot of Peter Underwood, his stuff, that he has a lot of material out there. They are older books as well, so it may be that some of the history that's come out in recent times, so it's not quite as up to date. But yeah, maybe I should do sort of like a recommendations, because I do have quite a few that I do turn to quite often, because 9 times out of 10 the story that I want is going to be in there in some capacity. So yeah, but off the top of my head I can't think of any in particular, but yeah, there's quite a few. It's fine. Your cover pic is something, Claire. Seen that before. Extremely brilliant. My cover pic. Is that my channel banner? Or I just yeah, completely misunderstanding. Does Birmingham have any haunted places? Yes, definitely. I feel like if you throw a stone in Birmingham, you'll hit a ghost. If not another person, because it's very busy there. I just assumed the static was the resident ghost. No, unfortunately, it's just my microphone or camera or laptop just not playing ball, because yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I do need to sort it out, because yeah, it's annoying me, and I don't like that it's there. Lee Grant says, do you watch Twin Paranormal? No. Do you fear death? Oh, getting deep. I like that. No, I don't fear death itself. I fear suffering. I fear having a long, slow, drawn out death. The actual, once it's done, that doesn't scare me. But pain does. Oh yeah, by the way, I've heard that the House of Shakespeare in Stratford-upon-Avon is meant to be haunted, but then again, I'm sure they want that ghost to be there. Oh yeah, definitely. But I have also heard that it's haunted. Although I don't know, I could be completely making this up, but did I see somewhere that said that it wasn't the right house or something? I don't know. I could be completely making that up. I might have just seen some weird conspiracy thing. Um, raise your hand if you have seen a spirit. I haven't seen one. As far as I know, I've not seen one. Um, wishing Mr. DSC and Claire a happy Christmas. Thank you, Carl, and the same to you. I love this history behind all the hauntings. It is really interesting. Yeah, it definitely is. The tunnels in Dover Castle are very active, especially the comms room. Ooh, that's interesting. And a Merry Christmas to you as well, Mike's Mysteries. Good to see you. I remember walking around the park in snow and I saw a Victorian police officer at the top. Made my way around and there was no footsteps in the thick snow. This is something I personally witnessed. Ah, that's interesting. Seg is the worst for being behind in chat, so much so that it became a unit of measurement, courtesy of a sarcastic law student. One Seg is 10 minutes behind chat. Oh, right. Thank you, Mark. I understand now. I will endeavour to keep the segs to a minimum. For the celebrities, there's George Reeve, the Superman actor, said to haunt his Hollywood home. Ooh, that one could be very interesting. Yeah, I do like sort of old Hollywood stories as well. Sadie, happy Christmas to you too. Oh, Mr. DSE is talking about Witcher now. Would you say you're more of a historian than a paranormal investigator? I suppose so. I don't even call myself a historian really. I'm just a person that likes reading about the ghosts and the stories behind them. I don't like putting a label on it, but yeah, take from that what you will. I've stayed in a hotel next to the Shakespeare House. I think it's where his mother grew up. Yeah, I think that must be what I've heard. That it was where his mother. It was sort of like his mother's house, not his house. I don't know. I feel like I've missed a lot of that. Catastrophe. Hello, Claire. I love your story so much. Thank you very much. Nice to see you. I listen to your podcasts. Oh, great. That is really good to hear. Yeah, I'm able to sort of like automatically import them into this podcast thing. So yeah, I'm glad that it actually does work. Going back to not technologically minded. Maybe your mobile is too close and interfering. Possibly, it could be. It is right next to me, as it usually is. I didn't also know if it was whether my hair is on a microphone because I realised that the mic's like right down here and hair is a thing. Yeah, I've got a few of them. When was based there for a bit, a grey lady walking the blocks and part of the place. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, if you ever want to send them over to me, I'd be very interested to read them. My late father told me about Borley Rectory. Yeah, Borley Rectory is just one of the classics, though, isn't it? Are you okay? Have you woke back up again? You're just checking in, seeing if all is good. Agree on the death part. Death itself, not so much. The process, however. Yeah, that's it. And I feel like because that is such the unpredictability of life, isn't it? You just have no idea how what's going to happen. Yeah, I have enough to be anxious about without thinking about that too much. Carl, do you watch Ghost Adventures? I don't watch it as much anymore. I used to watch it a lot. Probably like when I was at uni and things. But again, it was kind of sort of like the inspiration for starting this channel was that I found myself enjoying the first part that they do, like that context setting and the history and what witnesses have experienced there, more than the night vision stuff itself. So when I started doing this and I started researching things for myself, I just found that I could find out more doing it that way rather than watching the Ghost Adventures episodes. Um, yeah, I heard that too. Oh, I'm really glad it wasn't just me just chatting absolute nonsense. The house that is the official Shakespeare house in Stratford is actually across the road from the actual house he lived in, is what I heard. Okay, that makes sense. That I feel like that was what I kind of heard. Are you getting hot? You normally do. So Ernie has a process. Sorry, yes, I said your name, Danny. When he's on the sofa, because obviously he is a big hairy golden retriever, and this is a very soft sofa. He adores being on the sofa. He loves getting up here and having a good sleep. But he eventually overheats and he gets too hot, but he doesn't want to get down from the sofa, so he'll just sit there panting until it gets too much and then he'll jump down. Um, Love the hat. Yeah. Thought I'd do a bit Christmassy, and then also didn't have to do my hair, so win-win. Um, Thank you very much, Serena. I was just about to read it, and again, chat jumped down. But thank you very much. I did see it, so thank you. Claire, you are awesome at what you do with the deep diving and never saying it's ghosts one way or the other, just honest storytelling so that we can make our own minds up. Respect, my friend. Yeah, and that's pretty much all that I wanted from my channel, is that I wanted to provide to you everything that I'd learned and then allow you to make your own minds up and sort of tell me about it in the comments and things. I've had a lot of interesting conversations over the past couple of years of people that believe one way or the other. So yeah, I'm never going to tell you what to believe. I'm just going to show you what I have researched and then leave it up to you. The mic did static when you moved your hair, so potentially we may have a solution there then. um, this is great. Streaming tomorrow? Probably not. I don't know how Beardo does it with his streaming schedule, but I will probably need to recover for at least a week after live streaming. Stephen, hey, good to see you. Do you know Phase Rug? I think I've seen the channel name. I don't know who they are at all though. Mr. DSE, hair is a bad thing for static. It definitely is. Get Mr. DSE to hold a boom mic for you. I bet he would have achy arms by the end of it. Although he does go to the gym, so you know, I'm just trying to help. Evening, ghost in chat. Coventry has a lot of stories about ghosts. I've got a few books about it. Oh, any books you recommend? We all have our half day out with the Undertakers. Exactly. It's without being too grim. It is coming for us all. There is no escaping it. But yeah, if I could go peacefully in my bed and not really know what's happening, then that would be the best way for me. Claire, have you ever done anything on the Skull project or experiment? No, I don't think I have actually. No. I think Borley Church was haunted before the rectory was built. That's interesting because the only stories that you hear about it are after when people went to the church, because obviously the rectory wasn't there to investigate anymore. So that's interesting. The Sunderland Empire Theatre has several ghosts, most notably that of Sid James, who died on stage. Apparently terrified Les Dawson, who vowed to never perform there again. Yes. Yeah, and then also I think it put Barbara Windsor off, although that may have been down to history rather than ghosts. Hey, I love your videos. Also, can you say, oh, sorry, I think I called you Serena, but hi, Serene, and hi, Tim. I find the same. There's another paranormal channel I watch that does a half-hour in-depth history of their locations, then does a paranormal investigation. I watch the first half an hour and then stop. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely no slight on the people that do that. I think, first of all, absolutely phenomenal because the amount of work that goes into putting that together, it's hard enough for what I do, and I sit in my spare bedroom and I talk at a camera. And even that, I have a eulogy media that helps make it all pretty for me now anyway. But to have to go through all of that footage, like that, just a ridiculous amount of work. But it's just, I don't find it as interesting. Have you thought about doing an episode on Doll Island in Mexico? Yes, I have. I think I was going to do that in my first year, and then I just pushed it out and never got back to it. But yes, that is on my list to do. I don't know with places like that because you always see the Doll Islands in those like top most haunted sort of lists. I always kind of think, are these sort of locations just done to death already? Pun not intended. But maybe if there's enough interest, I'll add it into the schedule with this year maybe. And he is my spirit animal. I think he's a lot of people's spirit animals. Just so happy to be here, but also doesn't want to move. Sweetheart, like you're dribbling everywhere. And your ears are absolutely burning hot. But still, he's comfortable, so he doesn't want to move. You're okay. You're fine. I'm not going to tell you to move. Only move when absolutely necessary. Yeah. Oh, is it absolutely necessary? You can go if you want. Go on then. Everyone say bye, Ernie. Ugh, he dribbled on his tail and just whipped me on his way down. No, there's no cat food in that bowl, sweetheart. No, there you go. Hello from Tipton. Would you consider a vlog from Station Hotel Dudley? It is haunted. Yeah, definitely. That'd be cool. It's the Sorting Hat's festive cousin. Thank you, Mr. DSE. Have you ever watched the sitcom Upstart Crow? No, actually, I don't think I have. I went to London recently, and all I could think were the videos you made on the ghosts of the underground. Yes, admittedly, I haven't actually been to London since making these videos, but yeah, I think the next time I'll be like, oh, do you want to just go to the next stop because there's a ghost there? Oh, we've jumped down again. Do you want to come back? Have you had a drink, rehydrated? Come on then. Come on. No one's forcing you though. You don't have to. Come on. What are you doing? Living humans are far more scary than ghosts. Yes, definitely. Is that comfortable? You're giving me the side eye. You're not quite sure. That's fine. Bean's not quite sure either. I will send you and Mr. DSC a list about Coventry. Yes, that sounds awesome. Definitely. I'm going to put that down because that's gone cold. I haven't drank it quickly enough, funnily enough. The East Midlands has a lot of ghosts. Yes. Yeah, there are definitely a lot of ghosts there. You guys like the Grimm Collective? Yes, I really do enjoy the Grimm Collective. Claim to fame is that I was in the same room as them earlier this year, was it, Mr. DSC? When we went to some horror convention in Sheffield. Oh, there he is. Hello, Eulogy Media. We've been blessed by the sneak. You've been blessed by the whole thing now. Polypop Beaver, I don't know if you've probably already gone, but thank you for joining anyway. It's a snoot that must be booped, absolutely. But he has just had a drink, so I'm just going to let that dry out for a bit. I assume I'm immortal until proven wrong. I think that's a good way to be. You're okay. Okay. Would you ever consider mythical creatures? I was talking to my daughter about sirens and thought if only Claire had a video on it. Definitely. I can definitely add mythical creatures in. That would be very cool. London is very overrated in my humble Yorkshire opinion. Merry me, I'm wishing you a spooky Christmas. Blessed be from the most easterly point. Thank you very much, Dark Angel. Ernie needs a hug from all of us, please, Claire. I think yes. You're doing okay. He's had a very hard day. He had a big walk with the dog walker today and he met friends and it was raining, so he got to go in puddles and get really muddy. And so now he's feeling very tired, hence the droopy eyes. Look at those droopy eyes. Ernie is definitely a cute boy. I have to admit, the only scary thing I saw on the tube was a young woman throwing up over the edge of the platform and looking like she was going to fall off. Yep, that would be pretty terrifying. Ernie matches your hair. Yeah, I just take a photo in of Ernie to my hairdresser and just be like, that colour, please. There was an older Borley rectory that was torn down when HDE Bull took over. He had many children and the old rectory was too small. Yes, I think I remember that from what, I mean, that video was like one of my first videos. I remember doing that one. But yeah, I think I do recall that. What about a story on the Poltergeist movie? I could definitely cover it if people are interested in it. Yeah, like I said earlier in the stream as well, if you have any requests or anything that you want me to look into, put it in a comment because that's when I'll be able to pick it up. Something also that I was going to say is I wanted to say again, thank you very much to everybody that sent their ghost experiences in. What was it? A couple of months ago now? Yeah, because it was for the Halloween stream. Obviously, I only got to cover a few of them in that stream, but I do have something that I want to sort of trial in the new year. So if you have any experiences and you fancy sharing them, so I can share on my channel, do email me hello@don'tscareclaire.com, or if you comment in this comment section on this live stream as well, I'll be able to pick it up. But yeah, I have a few very creepy encounters that are sitting in my inbox and they've creeped me out. They've creeped other people out that have read them as well. And yeah, I need to tell you about them basically. Ryan Ellington, that must have been a good experience. It'd be a surprise that the soldiers that died in Gettysburg still repeating the battle again, thinking they will win the battle again. I have heard, and a lot of people have asked me to look into Gettysburg. That feels like just a massive topic. And I really want to be able to do that one justice because I feel like that would just be such a cool, probably series of different encounters to cover. Are you? Oh, thank you. You're gonna get slobber all over me now. That's fine. Yay, owning dogs. It's like a festive episode of Blue Peter. Hi Claire, how do you think you would feel if you actually had a full-on paranormal experience, e.g., a ghostly encounter? I have surprised myself actually with I feel I've done a grand total of probably like 3 or 4. Oh no, to be fair, like probably 4 or 5 ghost hunts now in my time. And I really thought I was going to be an Yvette Fielding and would just be screaming and really scared and everything. And I've actually been okay on sort of like paranormal investigations and things. So I would like to think that I would be okay with it. Obviously, I'm never going to know until it actually happens and I feel probably just super weirded out. From people that I've spoken to who have had like really strange encounters, I feel like I'm probably going to be like them in that like you're just going to look and just be like that's really weird what just happened. Unless a ghost comes up to me and smacks me in the face, which is something that I say that I want happening so that I know for sure that ghosts actually exist, then I may be a little bit more upset, but also happy that I know ghosts exist. The Poltergeist movie is fiction. It is, yeah, but I think that there was a curse, wasn't there, or something? And I do love a good curse. I love the Santa hat. Thank you very much. Get a bit festive. Apparently, Chester is a very haunted city. I'm told Romans are seen quite a bit, but have lived here 3 years and have yet to see a Roman that isn't a tour guide. There's a lot of cool history, though. We had a wander around Chester. Yeah, that's been. She's been there the whole time. I can't remember when it was. Either like earlier this year or whenever. And it's such an interesting looking city as well, like with the way that the buildings are, absolutely fascinating. And the Sick to Death Museum, all about disease and medicine, that was great. Loved that. Rylan, thank you for the wonderful videos. You're very welcome. Sorry, don't scare Claire. I missed your email address. I was talking to my hubby. Yeah, my email address is hello@don'tscareclaire.com. Any stories that you want to send to me, please do. I'd love to hear them. Do you know that you have viewers in Sweden? Me and my wife love your videos. Oh, thank you very much. That's incredible. And I mean, without getting too soppy, yeah, it does. It just blows my mind what this channel has done over the past couple of years. And I mean, having 195 people in just listening to me talk to a camera in my living room on my own with the dog is just unbelievable. And I will never take it for granted. It's just absolutely incredible that I found so many people that enjoy the history and the stories just as much as I do. So, yeah, thank you from me and Ernie. And Bean's licking her feet, so but she also says thank you. It's fine. Pendle Hill, and there's also a witch trial cottage in Essex as well. Yeah, Pendle Hill was again an earlier one that I covered. The witch trial cottage in Essex. Is that the Cage? I don't actually know where the Cage is. Super good with geography, me. Dark Bart Vids, what's your favorite tattoo and why? Ooh. I mean, probably because it's the newest, it's probably going to be my arm is my favorite one. But I do really like. I have my full back done from my shoulders, all the way down my spine. That one's very cool. It's a unicorn, of course. It's an animal. Most of my tattoos are animals. I also have a tattoo for our cat Tank, who passed away in it was about December 2024. Was it 2024? No, it was 2023 because it was just after we got married and then we lost the cat. So that was cool. So that one means a lot to me. But yeah, I like all of my tattoos for various different reasons. Not all of them mean anything at all. Some of them just look cool. But yeah, I like tattoos. One of my tutors was from Gettysburg. As an American Civil War nut, her and I had some awesome conversations. Oh, I can imagine. Claire, do you think old places from the Second World War as training? Do you think old places from the Second World War as training grounds where deaths occurred have spirits? As the town I was raised in was one. Sorry if a wrong question. I mean, absolutely. Training grounds were really dangerous places as it was. Accidents happened through training exercises all the time. So yeah, it definitely could be. Ooh, hello. You're probably making static on the microphone. Are you okay? Are you overheating? Because you feel really warm on my legs right now, dude. There's only one Yvette Fielding. I'd love to see your wit turned loose on the Amityville horror, disproving their inaccuracies. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have done that one. So I wouldn't have anything new to add, but yeah, an interesting one nonetheless. It's in Kent, I believe. Not the one I was thinking of then. Another paranormal investigation team did a paranormal investigation of the house used in the poltergeist. And the actress who played the young girl still lingers in the house. Oh wow. Hi Claire, I'm from Preston. I'm from Preston. I'm Preston from the United States and a viewer for a little over a year. First time stream visitor. Yeah, it's great to have you. You okay, Mr. DSC?
All good. I'm doing some recon.
Oh, okay. Understood.
You're okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tech support's on it.
No. Yes.
My husband and some of his TA squad saw a ghost plane flying over a training area in East Anglia. They even saw it crash. When they got to the crash site, there was nothing there. Wow, that happens quite, obviously in the context of a paranormal encounter, but it seems to happen quite a lot. The seeing a crash happening. Sorry. Do you want me to hold your hand? Okay, I'll hold your hand as well. Yeah, I know that quite a few of the air stations that I've covered do have stories like that. Reading a really, really good book about the Pendle Witches goes into a lot of detail about their lives. There are some really good resources out there about the Pendle Witch trials and things. Is that your black cat in the background? Mine is on the bed with me. Yeah, that is Bean. She's faced the other way now. If I do that, you can see her outline a little bit. There you go. Sorry, I know I touched you. How dare I? Hi Claire, love from Toronto, Canada. It's good to see you. Ghosts do exist. Just after my nan passed, she sat on the bottom of my bed. Me and my mama bear love your videos. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do feel like sometimes family members do come back and just check that you're doing okay. You all right, mate? You look pretty concerned in the screen. You all right? Oh dear. That was me just touching the microphone. Sorry. What's the story behind the 2 stags you've got on your chest? That one in particular, I just thought looked cool. And I quite liked stags at the time, so that ended up being my chest piece. Gettysburg is a nice but creepy town 2 hours west of me. It is huge. Imagine Waterloo for over 3 days. Wow. Yeah. And the amount of stories and things that I've heard about it have just been insane. I mean, my parents were over in the States not too long ago and they brought me back a book and it was all about Gettysburg and the hauntings there. So got plenty to go on when if I do cover it. Reese Bailey, Claire, how you been? I've been very good. My throat still feels a bit weird from this cold that I had a couple of weeks ago, but I am fine and I'm non-contagious anymore. So that's good. You're a very good researcher and storyteller. Thank you very much. I do try. What would be more frightening to encounter, aliens or ghosts? I feel like aliens would be scarier to encounter because of what that means. I mean, I do believe that there are things out there. Like I'm one of those people that like there's too much out there for us to be the only living things. But also, yeah, how's that going to change things if aliens actually made contact? Appreciating you from Boston, Mass, in the Nightmarish USA. Good to see you. There are a lot of you. I mean, 197 for over an hour in. I said this was only going to be an hour. Here I am, still going, trying to get to the bottom of the chat. But yeah, it's good to see so many of you. Will you be doing any more on-site specials? Yes, I was. I just mentioned it earlier in the stream. There are plans in place for 2026. We're going to be doing a few on-location episodes, and I'm very excited about them. They're going to be very good. Cannock Chase was a training ground and a cemetery for Germans. Yes, it was. I'm also a Canadian, but I live in Europe. That's 2 blondes making static on the mic now. Yeah, 2 blondes just as clueless about how it all works as well. After spending... Oh, why YouTube? After spending a lot of time night riding up at Cannock Chase, I agree there's something not quite right about the place. Yeah. Whether that's more to do with the living or the dead, yeah, a lot of people aren't so sure. Ronald DeFeo died in prison recently. Oh, is it only been recently that he passed away? I didn't actually know. Sam and Colby have been on YouTube for 10 years. Where's those 10 years gone? Was once on Prowler Guard at Driffield, Yorkshire. Very spooky back in 79. Oh, I do feel like, yeah, a lot of sort of like security and people working that sort of job, like you have the best encounters. Forget spending money on ghost hunts. Go and do a job like that. Your historical POV for storytelling is the main reason I love your channel. Your personality only makes it even better. Well, I'm glad my personality isn't too grating, at least. Yeah, army training areas do have lots of ghosts, plus so do slaps and sands. All right. My dad was at Biggin Hill during the war and saw Clark Gable walk away from a belly landing plane. He was the belly gunner and was white as a sheet, not the glamorous movie star we all see. I mean, Clark Gable did do a lot during the war thing, didn't he? He sort of like threw himself into that role. Yeah. People often see World War II ghost planes and ghost ships have been seen for thousands of years and ghost armies. I mean, yeah, one of our kings, he saw a ghost ship. He saw the Flying Dutchman, apparently, I think. Looking very festive. Thank you very much, Paul. I thought I'd make an effort. The retriever is sleepy. He's so sleepy. But the thing is, with Ernie, he leaks a lot. So there are questionable stains on our walls and on our sofa. And yes, darling, I'm talking about you. And also on our ceiling, because he just dribbles out of his face and it happens more when he's tired. So definitely going to need a shower later. I lost my little house rabbit last year, and I've definitely heard her around since then. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's never hard losing a pet, and I feel like they do affect you. Obviously, they are part of the family and all of that. I'm trying to make sure that you don't go on my microphone, babe. That's all. Don't worry. But also because you're used to seeing them every single day, day in and day out. Obviously, like losing a loved one, like a member of the family, is awful. But with a pet, you get used to them and their sort of like their background energy being around all of the time. And so it leaves such a massive hole in the family. Hello. Oh, I got you. You're just too tired to even say anything. I wonder if aliens taste like chicken. That feels like a question we may not get the answer to. I so want to visit Gettysburg, not just for the hauntings, for the history. Yeah, absolutely, definitely for the history. I enjoyed the story about Just Jane. It was a beautiful story behind the Avro Lancaster as a tribute to their relative. As I went to see the Lancaster when I was little and enjoyed the ghost stories. Yeah, it was when we went a few weeks ago. It definitely hit harder because I knew the story behind the whole place, like why East Kirkby has become what it is and all of that. So yeah, and I mean, just seeing the Lancaster up close was absolutely wild. Ugh. What are you doing, dude? You can't go any further back than that, unless you want to go behind me and kick me off the seat, which I imagine might be something that you want from me. Winston Churchill once saw Abraham Lincoln's ghost. Oh, right. I did not know that. Ernie leaks a lot. His spirit twins. Yeah, well done, Roger. Yeah, Mr. DSC, you're doing a great job modding. Luckily, I don't feel like I'm probably going to jinx it now, so touch wood. You're all a good lot. You're all a good community, so doing okay. Your dog is beautiful. He is, and he knows it as well. Off topic, do you own a monoxide alarm / detector? Yes, I do think we do because I get very paranoid about things like that. Um, oh, it's jumped to the bottom again. I have a tattoo unicorn on my back. Oh, amazing, Julie. Sleepy Pooch, definitely. Claire, would you like to go to any of these places you talk about? I think Mr. DSC might have just answered you, yeah, but yeah, that is definitely something that I want to do more of. I feel like the reason that I haven't been this year is because I have been doing a lot more that are all over the country, obviously. Um, so I just can't plan my days properly. Because if I did, then I would be able to group them all and actually go up and see all of these different places. But that is definitely something that I want to get better at next year, is actually going and experiencing these places for myself, because then also it's an extra angle that I can like present to you. If you haven't been, or if you experience something different, then it's all good, isn't it? Once a ghost came into my bedroom. I wasn't asleep. I could hear him breathing loudly, and also his boots. He came to my bed and grabbed my leg. Nope, don't like that. No, thank you. Um, Another question: are hot dogs sandwiches? Ooh. Um. Well, it's not sandwiched between two slices of bread, but then it is sandwiched between two parts of the bread. I'm gonna have to take this offline and circle back. Let's put a pin in that. Um, my late dad said it was worse losing his dog than his parents. I'm glad someone put that in the chat, because I felt like I was digging myself a little bit of a hole there. Obviously, it is absolutely awful to lose anybody in the family. And yeah, it's going to be absolutely devastating. But it's not a different kind of pain, because it is still grief. But it does. I mean, when we lost Tank, I remember me and Mr. DSE were sitting like just on the floor right in front of where I am right now. We had Ernie and Ivy, obviously, and we were on the floor like cuddling with the dogs, because obviously like we were both in so much pain with it. And the dogs were all cuddling with us, and it was incredible. But you just I feel with cats, you have that background energy there of like, there's a cat there. And especially Tank, he was cuddly. He'd like a fuss and everything, and he'd come up to sleep on our bed as well at night. So the first time Lucy did it, the first night we brought him home, I absolutely bawled, because I'm like, yeah, Tank's told you to do that and everything. But yeah, that night we were just like, we would know that Tank would have been there with us, and it's left such a massive hole in our house that I think we lasted a week without a cat, and then we picked that thing up and her brother. And I don't even think you can see her now. She is just a shapeless blob, but at least she stopped screaming, so there's that. I know how it feels to lose a pet that is one of the family. I still miss them even now after many years. Yeah, and I mean it's been 2 years since we lost Tank, and I still have a few of his ashes on my necklace, and obviously I have a tattoo that's going to be there a while. I also haven't brought myself to let go of his ashes. We were gonna scatter his ashes outside, because he was a stray that adopted us a good few years ago. So we were like, oh, we should probably sort of like let him back out one last time. And I can't bring myself to do it. I can't bring myself to let him go. So he's sitting up on the shelf so we can look out the window. I was like, oh, that's the next best thing, mate. Sorry. um, I still have my dog's ashes. He died 24 years ago. Oh, it's so difficult, isn't it? Sorry, I'm not just running away from you. I just don't want you to touch the microphone, darling. Pets are members of the family. A loss of them will hit hard, and the other pets know. Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree. Poppy. Some people want past members of their family to meet them when they die. I want my old pets to. Yeah, I do as well. Actually, speaking of it, while I'm thinking about it, I do actually have two animals that have passed away tattooed on me. I also have a horse all the way down my thigh, and she was my first sort of lone horse. She wasn't even my horse, but yeah, they do just leave such a massive hole. Oh, Donna, it was just me and him against the world. Maybe we need to do a video about ghosts of animals. That would be awesome, and I would have a lot to say, obviously. But yeah, if any of you have stories that you want to share of animals that have come back to you as well, again, please do email me hello@don'tscareclaire.com, and I can put something together, because it is something that I do think about quite a lot, to be fair. If I ever visit the UK, I want to do sort of do an Anne Boleyn pilgrimage, starting at Heather Castle, ending at the Tower of London. That would be very cool to do. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of the reason that I haven't done a lot with. Obviously, I've done the Tower of London, but not anymore about Anne Boleyn, because obviously she's a very famous ghost. She seems to be getting about. So I didn't know whether to do sort of like a whistle stop tour of places, but yeah. Oh, she's at the end of the chat. Quick comment. It's only because it's just jumped me back down, Mark. It's. I'll probably scroll back up anyway. My wallpaper on my phone is of my chocolate cocker spaniel. She died over 10 years ago. Can't change it to anything else. I totally understand that. Winston saw the ghost at the White House during the war. Story is he opened the door in the middle of the night, saw the ghost in the door, and slammed the door in his face. Why does that not surprise me whatsoever? Alexa says a hot dog is a sandwich. Okay, yeah. Maybe I should put a poll in. Can I do that? Engage with your audience. I'm going to ask the audience. Let's do that, and then we can put it to you lot. I wonder if sightings of extinct animals are the ghosts of said species. That would be cool. Possibly. It's a thought. You guys are going to set me off. Yeah. Yeah. When yeah. Sorry. A Dachshund called Frank. Oh, cute. Hi, Claire. Just thought I'd let you know that I recently watched my 2025 YouTube recap, and you've ended up as my most watched channel this year. 185 videos. That is incredible, True Crazy Lion. Thank you so much. That is wild. Stephen says ghost animals are more common than you think. I really wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. Saying goodbye to pets is too hard. That's why I won't have any more. Yeah. It's part of the major reason why I used to have rats. I had 3 pet rats, and they are just like tiny little puppies, and you only get to spend about 2 years with them, and it was just awful. So I will never have rats again, because it just hurts so much losing them all. Have you had any water? Are you staying hydrated? I've not been very good with that, actually. I put my water bottle down as I was stressing with the mic earlier, and then never picked it back up. You okay? Good. It's just me and my cat, Sam. Oh. Claire, I love you and your stories. Always thumb up and hype when I can. Thank you very much. I have no idea what's going on with my hype button. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not, but we'll get there eventually. I mean, technically it was... Oh, thank you, Mr. DSC. Where are we? 55% say no. I don't know. I mean, there's 188 people. Have people had time to vote? I'll leave it up for a little longer. There is also that very Brexit referendum. We had lots of cats growling, growing up. But the first one that was mine has definitely come back since she passed. Both my older cat and I heard, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. definitely feel like sometimes I don't know. I don't know if it's just me wanting it too much, but yeah, sometimes I feel like little Tank's about sometimes. I do still talk to him constantly and tell him to get Lucy and Bean in line because he's letting standards slip, but that hasn't seemed to happen. Um, would you do a would you do a video who have passed on but going back as ghosts to see their loved ones? I would like to learn more about that. Um, as in sort of like people visiting their relatives. There are a lot of stories like that, so yeah, I could definitely sort something out. I saw a ghost one night when I went to the toilets. It was like in Ghostbuster at the beginning in the library. Very scary. Thanks for helping me settle the hot dog debate. My friend's answers were inconclusive. There we go. We can always rely on the Don't Scare Claire crowd to help get it sorted. There was a ghost cat in DC that was seen as a bad omen. Ooh. Wow, rats. Any snakes? No, never have had any sort of reptiles. Not for any reason other than just never really had the chance to. Um, yeah, I was always busy with work and stuff after we had the rats. Um, so never came back round to it. And then I sort of moved in with Mr. DSE, and then we had Tank, and now here we are with a full house of fluffy ones. Sometimes I felt her fur in my hand at night. She was a gorgeous rag doll. Oh, I love rag dolls. Now I've still got her companion, an old man cat called Archie, and two 2-year-old feisty gingers. Do love a ginger cat. Right. It's fine. She didn't hear me. It's okay. um, oh, have I reached the bottom? I don't know. Or has it snapped back to the bottom again? My late parents paid me a visit when they passed away. I found it very comforting. Yeah, I do sometimes think that family members sort of like they need that. Mr. DSC warmed my drink up, but it's probably gone cold again now. Sorry, Mr. DSC. But yeah, I feel like a lot of the time, like obviously you're so consumed with grief, but then you have that one sort of like sometimes a lot of people have dreams where it feels different to a dream, like it seems like something about it is more real. Um, and you kind of get that sort of confirmation that like, yeah, don't worry, I'm okay. And then after that, it's fine, or like that they'll just visit once or like sit on the end of the bed, but it's not in a creepy way. It's just, yeah, I'm doing all right, I'm still here kind of thing, which I find really heartwarming. Um, have you seen Most Haunted recently, lately? No, they moved to YouTube now, haven't they? I think. Um, Dirty PMS. Yeah, Dirty PMS. Thank you for the $2. My late mother said my name 3 times to wake me up. Wow, that is very interesting. When it's like you can actually hear them. Very cool. I just saw that. What's I'm going to assume that's what's the most scared you've ever been in a paranormal setting. Um, Probably when I was collaborating with Exploring the Entity and we went to Shrewsbury Prison. Not for any sort of like paranormal reason, but just because I'm kind of scared of the dark a little bit. And we went into Sea Wing and it's super dark in there, and I was terrified. So that's probably been the most scared I've ever been. I was already awake is the thing. I fell out of my bed when she spoke. I'm not surprised. Um, every now and then I smell the perfume YSL Paris. Oh wow. Um, I lost my granddad 15 years ago last Sunday and still miss him, but 3 years ago, day before my 20th birthday, getting ready for bed, gave me a visit and I felt touched to see him. Yeah, it definitely is that sort of like that comfort thing, isn't it? Um, I just wanted to say thank you for giving me tips for my first ghost hunt when I messaged you on Instagram. It meant a lot and gave me a lot to remember. No worries. I'm sorry I can't be more help. I don't really have that much experience myself, really. But yeah, glad I could help. Oh, there we go. There's the rest message. Every now and then I smell YSL Paris perfume. It's my mom's favourite. I've smelt across 2 different cities and at least 5 separate houses or flats I've lived in over 15 or so years. Wow. Yeah, I feel like my mum also has like sort of a signature scent. So whenever I smell that, I immediately think of her. So I assume, Mum, if you're still listening, when you eventually pop your clogs, which is going to be a long time from now, I expect to smell that perfume. My mum and dad showed themselves to me. It felt so vivid and real, but I knew they were happy and no longer in pain. Mum died of a heart attack and dad died of cancer. I'm very sorry, Sandy, but yeah, it again, that comfort thing, isn't it? What's your favorite most haunted host of all time? I like Richard Felix because I respect the guy's research that he does into it. Yeah. If we're sharing losses, it was on this day, December 9th of 1993, that my mom passed. It has been 32 years, but it feels like yesterday. I'm very sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's that sort of thing just isn't. It's never going to really get easier in some ways, is it? Pop your clogs. Yeah. I saw my dad once just after he passed, and it was just a sense of peace and calm. It was comforting. Yeah, I do. I do completely empathise with that. Black Devil Docks shook, Old English for devil, and it's a widespread legend of a ghostly guardian or demon dog haunting lonely paths, churchyards. Maybe a good subject to cover. There are so many stories of sort of like hellhounds and black shucks and things like that. That would definitely be an interesting one. I feel like every sort of region has their own version of the story as well. They all sort of like follow the same sort of themes, if that makes sense. But yeah, that could be a really interesting one. Richard Felix, the chap from Derby. Yep, that's right. He's still got Derby Jail, I think, as well. What is your favourite paranormal show? I don't really watch paranormal shows anymore. Simply because I don't have the time, and now like the paranormal feels like work a little bit, so I don't tend to watch a lot in my downtime either. But I'd probably say that when I was watching them, which was probably like 5 years ago now, I would always go for Ghost Adventures because I just liked the locations that they did, and I really like Aaron. I think he's a great guy. From what I know, obviously. My dad had a random seizure back in 2021, despite never having a seizure before. Long story short, he passed from brain cancer a few months later. I'm so sorry. I worked in a haunted house this Halloween at the fairgrounds in my area, and turns out it was actually haunted. Oh. Is there any history there behind it? That could be cool to know. Yeah, I really enjoy Richard Felix's YouTube channel as well. He's sort of uploading like older stuff. So yeah, it's been really cool to like look back at that. So I'd probably actually say Richard Felix's old documentaries and things. They're very interesting to watch. Okay, I think I've reached the bottom of the chat, which is amazing. I also realized I've been talking for 1 hour and 44 minutes, which was longer than I thought I was going to talk for. Before I sign off, I'm going to share one story with you because I feel like, as it is my normal Tuesday slot, I should probably give something back. And so this was a listener story that was submitted, and I'm going to keep it anonymous because that's what they've asked for, but it's a military RAF story, which they're always my favourite. Are you going to read it for me? Or am I going to read it? You can't read. So it's quite a meaty one as well and quite interesting. But anyway, so I was on deployment at a place in the Falkland Islands. I'm a driver, so my job over there was to drive big trucks onto the airfield and do various jobs with them. Usually, this is just refueling trucks for the aircraft that land at the base, but there's also a whole list of other vehicles we drive less frequently. My tour ran from May to September, and this is winter over there, so there was an operation that ran during the winter months. And basically, it is just keeping the runway fit for purpose. The Typhoons stationed on the island are the main line of defense, and if they can't take off, we lose a lot of combat capability. And worse than that, the incoming aircraft can't land to deliver food supplies, so it gets a bit messy really quickly. Fortunately, I was armed with the biggest snowplow you've ever seen and really thick socks, so it was easy to stay on top of the job. Unfortunately, that means that if a snowstorm hits at 3 a.m., which they often did, we have to get the woolies on and start driving these monsters up and down the airfield. So, fun fact, turns out you can't just drive trucks onto an airfield because apparently you might collide with an aircraft or some nonsense. And there's actually a whole procedure behind it. I take a radio with me, park my truck at the edge of the airfield, and then radio the air traffic control tower to check that everything is safe first. Sometimes they give you permission, and sometimes they tell you to wait until it's clear. Now, the tower usually closes around 5 p.m. and everyone goes home. However, the procedure doesn't really change. The reason for this is that if an aircraft has unexpectedly been diverted to us, or for whatever reason something needs to reach us in an emergency, the air traffic control tower can get a hold of us and warn us that an aircraft has intentions to land where we're driving. As a result, at night we're radioing the tower and not expecting a response. Can you guess what's going to happen? Anyway, long story short, working the night shift when a big storm hits at 3 a.m. There's a group of 4 of us, but only one working snowplow, so I grab my thermos and decide to let the other guys finish the movie they're watching and plow the runway on my own. I drive to the entry point to the airfield and look at the tower. Lights are off. So I pick up the radio. Tower, this is OP in the snowplow. That's what I'm going to call them. I intend to transition onto the airfield to perform snow clearing duties. I will report when vacated. I didn't bother waiting for a response and just start driving out into the storm when my radio crackles. I slam on the brakes and pick the radio back up. All I hear is some sort of monotone drone, and it's 30 seconds or so before the line is clear to make a response. Unknown call sign. This is OP in the snowplow. Say again? I didn't catch that. Again, a monotone drone. Unknown call sign. OP in the snowplow. Again, nothing heard. Air traffic control tower. This is snowplow. Are you trying to contact me to let me know airfield is unsafe? If you are, send me a light signal from the tower or beep my radio. It's hard to see the tower due to the storm, but there's also zero light pollution, so any light from air traffic control would stick out like, well, a lighthouse. The monotone drone continued for 30 or more seconds. Air traffic control tower, I'm in the snowplow, will continue on to airfield to perform duties. Unknown call sign, you're still unreadable. It might be the storm. I will try to pick up comms intermittently. Still droning. So I drive out and begin to clear the runway. As I get further down, I radio unknown call sign. As I get closer to the other end of the airfield, I realize that the signal is getting stronger. I can't make out what they're saying, but I decide to stop at the furthest end of the runway and try to make comms there before I turn around. Unknown call sign, this is snowplow. Can you repeat the message you were trying to relay? They radio back clearly this time, but I still can't understand them, like they're speaking a foreign language. Unknown call sign, really sorry about this, but can you say again? Weirdly, it clicked what I'd just heard as I spoke the message, and I knew what I was about to hear back before it actually came through. The person on the radio was sobbing. Not wailing or screaming, but very gently sobbing down the radio to me for about 30 seconds each time. These radios have about a 2K range on a good day, and there I was in a storm that would literally kill a person stuck outside in about 20 minutes. 5 kilometers up an empty stretch of runway. I dropped the radio procedures here. Hey, are you okay? I was never able to get hold of them again. I was more confused at this stage than anything, so I finished the job and headed back. It was only later that I realized how absurd the situation was. I figured it could have been the army messing with me, but even the paras wouldn't have been out in that storm, and they would have had to have been pretty close to our building to get within radio range. If they were, we would have been told because we would have needed to do welfare checks on them throughout the night. If it was my own colleagues messing with me, I definitely would have heard about it when I got back. I decided not to report it because a lot of the older guys were old enough to serve in the war, and I figured I might get filled in for telling spooky stories in an area where their mates might have died. Anyway, I didn't expect this novel of a story to go on so long, and they haven't actually told anyone that before, so it felt finally good to write it down. So, yeah. What were they hearing on their radio? But anyway, I'm going to call it there on that particularly spooky note. Thank you very much for staying with me for almost 2 hours. I didn't expect to be on here this long, and I'm definitely not expecting Ernie to stay on the sofa for much longer. He is now panting again. Right, shall we say goodbye now? Anyway, sleep safe, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. And if I don't see you before, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and have a great New Year.